Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our English listening podcast. Today, we continue the magical journey of Anya, the girl who discovered mysterious door in the sky. In the previous episode, Anya opened a glowing door and entered a world of stars, where she met the keeper of dreams. Before returning home, he gave her a glowing key. But what happens when the key begins to glow again? Let's find out in part 2, the key that glowed at midnight. So relax, listen carefully, and imagine every scene as the story unfolds. Days passed after Anya returned from the magical sky world. Life slowly returned to normal. She went to school, completed her homework, and helped her mother in the kitchen. But deep inside her heart, she knew something had changed. She was no longer just a girl who watched clouds. She was a girl who had walked among stars, and every night before sleeping, she looked at the glowing key placed carefully on her table. At first, the key remained silent, still, ordinary. But one night, everything changed. It was exactly midnight. The town was quiet. No cars moved. No voices were heard. Even the dogs were asleep. Suddenly, a faint golden light filled Anya's room. She opened her eyes slowly. "What is that light?" she whispered. Her heart began to beat faster. She looked toward her table, and there it was. The key was glowing, bright, warm, and alive. Anya sat up quickly. "This is happening again," she whispered. The glow became brighter. Then something magical happened. Words began to appear in the air, written in golden light. Anya read them slowly. "When the key glows, the journey continues." Her hands trembled slightly. "What journey?" she asked. Just then, a soft wind blew through the window, but the window was closed. She stood up slowly and walked toward the glowing key. The light surrounded her hand, and suddenly the wall in front of her began to shimmer. Anya stared in shock. A glowing outline of the door appeared on the wall. "This cannot be real," she whispered. But the door became clearer, brighter, and stronger. She remembered the words of the keeper: "Curiosity opens worlds." Taking a deep breath, she reached forward. Her fingers touched the glowing wall. It felt warm, just like the sky door. Slowly, carefully, the door opened. Behind the door was darkness at first, but then tiny lights appeared, like stars floating in the air. Anya stepped inside. The moment she crossed the doorway, the world changed. She stood in a wide field filled with shining flowers. Each flower glowed like a small lantern. The air smelled sweet and fresh. Above her, the sky was deep purple with silver stars. "This place is beautiful," she whispered. Suddenly, she heard fluttering wings. A glowing bird landed gently in front of her. Its feathers sparkled like tiny diamonds. "Welcome back, traveler," the bird said. Anya jumped in surprise. "You can talk?" she asked. The bird tilted its head. "Of course," it replied calmly. "In this world, everything speaks if you listen carefully." Anya smiled nervously. "What is this place?" she asked. The bird spread its wings. "This is the garden of lost dreams." Anya walked slowly through the glowing garden. Each flower shone with a different color: blue, pink, purple, gold. What are these flowers? She asked. The bird answered gently. These are dreams that people forgot. Anya looked confused. Forgotten dreams? She repeated. The bird nodded. Yes, dreams that people stopped believing in. Dreams they gave up on. Anya felt a strange sadness. Why are they here? She asked softly. The bird replied, because every dream deserves to be remembered. As she walked further, one flower suddenly shone brighter than the others, golden, warm, glowing strongly. Anya moved closer. What is this one? She asked. The bird smiled. That is your dream. Anya's eyes widened. My dream? She looked carefully. Inside the glowing flower, she saw herself standing in front of many people, speaking confidently, sharing stories. She felt excitement in her heart. I want to inspire people, she whispered. The bird nodded. Then never forget this dream. Suddenly, the sky darkened. The glowing flowers flickered. A cold wind blew across the garden. Anya felt fear rise in her chest. What is happening? She asked. The bird's voice became serious. A shadow has entered the garden. From the distance, a dark shape slowly moved closer. Tall, silent, frightening. Who is that? Anya whispered. The bird replied, that is doubt. It steals dreams when people stop believing. Anya felt scared, but she remembered that glowing key in her hand. The key began to shine brighter. The bird spoke firmly. Hold your dream close. Believe in it. Anya stepped forward bravely. I will not let my dream disappear, she said. The shadow moved closer. The air grew colder, but Anya lifted the glowing key high. The light spread across the garden, bright, powerful, warm. The shadow began to shrink. Slowly, slowly, it faded away, and the flowers began to glow again. The bird smiled proudly. You protected your dream, it said. Anya felt relief and happiness. What happens now? She asked. The bird replied, now you return, but remember this lesson. The glowing door appeared again. Anya stepped through it, and suddenly she was back in her room. The wall looked normal, the night was quiet, but the glowing key still rested in her hand, and this time it glowed brighter than ever. And that brings us to the end of part 2, the key that glowed at midnight. In today's story, Anya discovered that dreams must be protected and belief is stronger than doubt. Remember, every journey begins with curiosity, but it continues with courage. Thank you so much for listening to this English listening podcast. Stay curious, stay brave, and never forget your dreams. Until next time, look up at the sky. You never know what secrets it may hold. Now let's go through the vocabulary. First word, shimmer, meaning to shine with soft light. Example, the wall began to shimmer before turning into a door. Next, lantern, meaning a lamp used for light. The flowers glowed like lanterns. Next word, traveler, meaning a person who travels. Example, the bird welcomed Anya as a traveler. Next word, doubt, meaning feeling unsure or uncertain. Example, doubt tried to steal her dream. Next word, flicker, meaning to shine unsteadily. Example, the flowers flickered in the dark. Next word, inspire, meaning to encourage others. Example, Anya wanted to inspire people. Next word, protect, meaning to keep safe. Example, she protected her dream from the shadow. Next word, relief, meaning a feeling of comfort after fear. Example, she felt relief when the shadow disappeared. Next word, courageous, meaning very brave. Example, Anya was courageous when she faced doubt. Next word, belief, meaning to feel something is true. To feel something is true. Example, she believed in her dream. That's all for today. See you in the next podcast.